Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. Today we are reviewing the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Creatures Collide figure 4-pack. And this is another awesome 4-pack. Last year we got the Worlds Collide 4-pack, and this year we're getting another awesome one. We got 4 really cool figures. So we've got Generation 1 Goldbug here, Ransack, we've got Sky Wasp, which is a repaint of Waspinator in Skywarp colors, which was a Whir Raider as a BotCon exclusive a while back. I don't think it was called Skywasp back then, though. I'll have to double check. And then Scorponok in the original toy colors, which again looks really, really awesome in this packaging. Well, in this packaging. You can't really see it in this packaging, but really, really awesome in person. I love the artwork they've got on front. Bumblebee's the only one in robot mode on the front artwork there, but you've got Scorponok, you've got Sky Wasp and Ransack just like rushing Goldbug there. On the top, you've got the character profiles. I guess that's where they're sitting in the packaging, maybe? Oh, yeah, it is. You can kind of see through the, hexagonal honeycomb looking hole pattern right there, and those are holes, so you can see the figures are in there. On the back, you've got the product shots of the figures. You've got them in both modes, and that's pretty much it for the box. So here we go. So let's get these guys out here, and yeah, they look pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to these. We're going to start off with Goldbug here, get him out. And this is the same mold for the Bumblebee mold we've been getting with the actual bug mode, which is really cool. So I'm glad we finally got a Goldbug, and not only that, but we got him in his proper Volkswagen Beetle mold. We've got Ransack, one of the original deluxe Insecticons from Generation 1. Again, I talked about this a little bit in our kickback review a while back, and I kind of like how they remolded Ransack out of the kickback mold, but I'm glad that they're also doing the deluxe Insecticons, because they never really get a lot of love. Here is Sky Wasp. He looks awesome. I never really thought to myself, I really hope they do a Waspinator toy and Skywarp colors. Never really thought I needed that in my life, but as soon as I saw the announcement for this figure pack and saw that it was coming out, I was like, you know what? I can't not get that figure, because Skywarp is my favorite of the original 3 Seekers, and having a Waspinator figure kind of named after him, I think is really sweet. So there's him. And then last but not least, we've got Scorponok in the original toy colors as well. This being our 3rd version of this Scorponok mold. And he looks pretty sweet too. Your instruction booklet, which has enough information for all 4 figures here, in case you're not familiar with these molds. And we also get a bunch of accessories of theirs wrapped up in tissue paper here. So there's quite a bit of awesome accessories here. So aside from them coming with the same accessories as previously released figures of these molds have come with, we also get some other really cool accessories. So here's the swords that will make the thorax in bug mode for Ransack here, which we discovered with the kickback figure. That's really cool. And here is the blaster that also comes with Ransack, just much like with kickback as well. So he comes with the same blaster, same sword-like accessories. Goldbug comes with the same blaster cannon that we've gotten since the release of Cliff Jumper in the Earthrise line. So you can put that all together, put it on his arm. We've got the Stinger gun for Sky Wasp here. And I guess Scorponok's Cyber Bee and rockets were already in his claws. Oh yeah, they were. Okay, so Scorponok's rockets were already in his right claw, and his Cyber Bee, oh, that looks really good, was already in his left claw. And they even colored the Cyber Bee in the original Cyber Bee toy colors. That's really, really sweet. I love that. Yeah, I love that a lot. That's great. Now you'll notice some heads here. We also get some swappable heads, which is another cool feature that in this pack that I feel didn't go as appreciated as it should have, didn't get as spoken about as much as it should. Here is the mutant head for Scorponok there. So with the original toy, you had a mutant mask that you could close around the Scorponok face that they ended up using in the cartoon, of course. You have the regular head or buzzsaw head for Sky Wasp here. Aesthetically, for the cartoon, they ended up using the mutant head for Waspinator's head design, when actually that was the mutant head for the toy. So that was intended to be the actual face, and then they ended up going with the other one. Now, I prefer, I think, the Waspinator head, personally. I think that just looks a little bit cooler, in my opinion, but they give you both, so, you know, display whichever head on him you like the most. I'm going to be sticking with this one. And then, I don't know why they did for Ransack here, but you did get a swappable kickback head for your Ransack figure. Again, I don't know why. I don't recall there ever being a Ransack with Kickback's head, or a Kickback with Ransack colors. Obviously we do now, but I don't ever recall that happening, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to start off with the star of the show here, Goldbug. Who doesn't love Bumblebee? Am I right? So, just like the regular Bumblebee figure, he is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Surprisingly enough, he's the only one who didn't come with a swappable head. Head is on a ball joint, fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, single jointed elbows, and they go either way. Wrist swivel, waist articulation, hips, single jointed knees. Get that. There we go. Get that tabbed in where it's supposed to go. Side ankle joints, and that's pretty much it for articulation. And I love that they went with that golden look for him. He's not just Bumblebee colors with a gold bug head design. He's actually a gold bug. And here he is next to the Walmart exclusive Netflix Bumblebee figure. So you can see them side by side. Goldbug and Bumblebee, before he gets upgraded into the Goldbug body. Really, really great. Yeah, another really awesome figure. Transformation is just like with Bumblebee there. Take off his little backpack here. We're going to fold up the peg. Bring that down. Bring that up. Fold down the hood of the Volkswagen mode there. Rotate those hips around and bring them forward. Open up those side flaps. Bring that up. Bring that up. Bring that wheel down. Peg those legs together. Tab in those vehicle mode doors into the thighs there. and just kind of, there, well, I guess it's going to fight me right now. There we go. Okay, maybe don't tab it all together yet, so you can maneuver it into position. Then tab it all together. Okay. It's been a minute since I've played with this toy or this mold. Bring those arms to the back, then tab it all together up at the front. It definitely makes that a little bit easier. Come on. There we go. There you go. And then just kind of have the arms sitting like so, because there's those two posts right there. Those are just going to slide down into the fists. You're just going to push it down until it all clicks into place. And there you go. Now you have yourself a gold bug. And just like with Bumblebee here, he does roll really well in bug mode, and he looks really good in gold. He looks really good in gold, actually. He looks quite spectacular in gold. Now, you can, of course, incorporate the weapons onto his... Well, you could incorporate his weapon onto his bug mode. I guess not. But you can put his little skis on for when he's hydrofoiling over the ocean, just like with all the other figures in this mold. And there you go. All right, there's Goldbug. Next up, Sky Wasp. Here we have Sky Wasp. Again, that's the new Kingdom Waspinator mold. They did re-release this mold once before with as Buzzsaw in the Legacy Wave, which I don't think we reviewed those, but I do have them. I do have the Buzzsaw figure here. So here is Buzzsaw, just so you can kind of see Buzzsaw, our little army of Waspinators. There's Buzzsaw, and I would have liked to have seen, I believe there is paint, that this was the mold they used for the BotCon version. I would have liked to have seen them just reissue this mold or update this mold a little bit, because personally, between the two, I prefer the Thrilling 30 mold over the Kingdom mold. It's just a little bit more solid. The bug legs don't get into the way as much of the articulation. Also, the Stinger Blaster is way more accurate and looks much better in comparison to the Stinger Blaster that comes with this mold. That's just me. Transforming him into bug mode is just like the other two. Because again, it's the exact same mold. So just start by, we're going to pull that chest out. We're going to pinch his chest together, which was one of my problems with this mold, is he doesn't, his robot mode chest does not stay together very well, and his torso just doesn't stay together very well. That's my biggest beef with this mold, and it still hasn't been improved, unfortunately. Fold that in. This little notch right here is going to plug into that tab right there. So there you go. That's pretty much the front of the wasp all done. Pull his stinger off and plug it onto his butt. Right there. And I love the gold. The metallic gold on this actually looks really, really good. Next, we're going to pull down the legs off of that, rotate that all the way around. Bring those thighs up into the rest of the thorax there, and then just kind of plug in his crotch into his butt. Bring those heels down, rotate those legs out of the way a little bit, bring that wasp butt up so it's all in one spot, and then we're going to, where'd it go? There we go. Nope. And then we're going to stick these up into the chest there. Oh wait, no we don't. I almost completely forgot about the arms. Bring the shoulders in. Bring the shoulders in. Rotate those arms around so they're facing out like so. And then with these little pegs right here, those are going to peg right into the side of that I guess, inner torso piece, for lack of a better term right now, while holding the rest of this all together. So just angle that elbow in, pull the wing off. You might have to rotate the wrists a little bit so it gives you a little bit more clearance. There we go. Peg in. Some of those wrist joints might be a little stiff. There we go, peg in. Okay, now we bring that in, and that slots in right over those tabs over the wrists, like so. And then just kind of fold up the feet because those become the chest of the bug. Angle the bug mode legs however you like. And there you have an awesome black, purple, and gold wasp with clear red wings. I love the red wings on this also. I just feel like it breaks up the rest of the color scheme a little bit and just makes him present even better. This is definitely my favorite color scheme of this toy so far. Mostly just because I really like purple, but he looks really, really sick. All right, there we go. There's Sky Wasp. Next up, Ransack. Ransack was one of the deluxe Insecticons from the original Generation 1 toy line. He never made it into the comics, he never made it into the show, because the deluxe Insecticons were imported from a Bandai line, and Hasbro had a lot of licensing issues doing that before with the Jetfire toy. So rather than repeat that mistake, they just decided not to put him in anything. So we didn't really see deluxe Insecticons in any kind of Transformers media until I think some comics in the early 2000s, and then a little bit intermittently here and there from there. Nothing on screen to my knowledge. I don't believe these guys have ever had an on-screen appearance in any capacity that I can recall on. They're still cool though. I mean, the deluxe Insecticons are still cool. Sometimes you see their names used in different ways. In fact, Sharpshot, the other, I think it's called a Staghorn Beetle. Sharpshot, the Staghorn Beetle of the deluxe Insecticons, replaced Scrapnel by name only in the Fall of Cybertron video game, I guess because maybe Hasbro lost the rights or something like that. But rather than name him Scrapnel, they named him Sharpshot in the video game. Now, it was, of course, Scrapnel's body and Scrapnel's design, but he was called Sharpshot instead because they were both Staghorns, so they just switched the names up, I guess. So there you go. Same articulation as Kickback. Head is on a ball joint, and I love the unique head design that they went with for him. I mean, they nailed it. He looks great. Shoulder joints, again, you can rotate the wings. He has the same wings as Kickback there. Single jointed elbows. You can split the leg into the two bug mode legs if you want for the arm. Nothing at the wrist, but again, you can do that just like with Kickback. Waist, hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, and side ankle joints, as well as the foot being able to move in and out, mostly due to transformation. Now, before we transform this guy, we'll go ahead and show him off next to the original Grasshopper Decepticon, Kickback, who could totally take Ransack in a fight. Just saying. He's cool. He's a cool Insecticon, but he's got nothing on the OG Grasshopper. And they look really, really sweet side by side. Yeah, I dig that. I think that was a good reuse of the Kickback mold. It's not a perfect recreation of Ransack, but I do really like it. All right, so transformation, like I said, just like Kickback. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate those wings right about here, bring those shoulders to about there, flip in those wrists, position those bug legs however you like so. We're going to rotate that head around and then flip up that little cover there on his back to cover up that robot mode face. There we go. And then you just come back over here to the legs, close in those robot mode feet, bring out the rear grasshopper legs and position them however you like. Just like with kickback. And there you go. You have yourself an awesome, awesome bug mode for Ransack here. Now, I mentioned this in the kickback review, and I speculate that this right here is the whole reason why kickback came with those purple Energon-like weapons in the first place, was because I have a feeling Hasbro had plans to just go ahead and try to get us for 2 with that mold from the first place, which is why we got the whole thorax thing. Because one of the differences between Ransack and kickback back in the day, aside from it being a larger figure, Ransack actually had a thorax on the toy. So I love how they came up with a creative way to still incorporate that without taking too much away from the robot mode, because it always looked weird on the robot mode, I thought, for Ransack. So I like that he doesn't have this big thorax in the way while he's in robot mode. But just like with the kickback toy, you can plug this in right there, and there's Ransack's thorax. Just like the original G1 Ransack toy had, and now kickback also has, because they incorporated it with both toys. And I love that. This is really, really cool. Nothing against the original Ransack toy. Again, it's a great toy for its time, but this is a nice modern update, I think, and a really good reuse, or a really good use of the kickback mold, making it into another toy. I think that's incredible. Good job. Good job, Hasbro. I think that's cool. Oh, and just like with kickback, you can also plug the gun right there. And last but not least, we've got one more bug. That was the other cool thing about this 4-pack. They called it the Creatures Collide 4-pack. I don't know why they didn't just call it the Bug Pack, because literally, they're all bugs, you know, or the Insecticon pack. I mean, he's an arachnid. He's a Volkswagen. There's only 2 insects. Okay. Okay, maybe not Insecticon pack, but the Bug Pack. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, here's Scorponok here. Awesome original toy colors there. They even got the transparent purples on this guy. Now, it's hard to pick up on camera. It's really easy to notice in the claws. You can really tell in the claws. You hold it up to the light, you can definitely see it. Once you hold it up to the light, you can definitely see it in the legs, the shoulders a little bit. It's tougher on the head because the head's a little bit more solid and actually has paint on it. But what you can do is you can pop that head off of that ball joint there, swap out for that mutant head if you prefer, the mutant face, or you could even swap this out with the Kingdom Scorponok, which I like the Kingdom Scorponok because he's a little bit more Beast Wars cartoon accurate for my taste, which as a fan of Beast Wars is something I really went for there. But just so you know, that is definitely something you can do. Now that you've got 2 Scorponoks, you can have them dual-wielding rockets or dual-wielding cyber bees. And another awesome little detail about the toy Scorponok, which I don't know, yeah, the Kingdom Scorponok did not get, was like with the Beast Wars cartoon, the 4-pack Scorponok actually has the Maximal insignias on the rockets like in the Beast Wars cartoon. That is awesome. Another really awesome figure with some awesome details. And this one has a good look. I liked the modern re-release colors of the original Scorponok toy that's sitting on Walmart shelves right now a little bit more than the original toy colors. But, I mean, I'm a sucker for those original toy colors on modern toys, and it actually does look really good. I think it translated really well onto this toy. All right, transformation. Actually, articulation, then transformation. Can't get that other head off. There we go. Got it. Okay. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint, as you saw. Fully articulated shoulders. You can bring those shoulders up, and that's mostly due to his transformation, but you can. You have a swivel there for the shoulder pad, where the shoulder meets the torso. And then you have a hinge joint right there for the rest of the shoulder articulation. You have an upper bicep joint there. You have an elbow joint, single elbow joint. You have a wrist joint. The claws can open and shut. You have a really awesome Cyber Bee that I mentioned is just like the original toy colors on the toy Cyber Bee. So love how they got that little bit of detail as well. You have a little bit of waist articulation, but it's kind of hindered by the tail and everything else, so it's kind of hard. Hips are on a ball joint, upper thigh, single jointed knees, side ankle joints, and you've got like this middle of the foot kind of joint, but that's mostly for transformation. And I mean, I don't really see how much more articulation that's going to get you in robot mode anyway. And then you've got the tail here. The tail's got a joint right there, a joint right there, and the stinger is on a ball joint, so you can just kind of have it looming over him also. And that's pretty much it for him in his robot mode. Now down to Scorpion mode, transforms just like the Kingdom toy did. So here we go. We're going to bring up those arms. Just going to bring his arms up in the air like he just doesn't care. We're going to bring down that tail and kind of get out of the way. Bring out those scorpion legs, kind of get them out of the way. Then we're going to come to this back panel here, and then we're going to dig out the scorpion head. There we go. There we go. Pull out that scorpion head. Oh, that looks awesome, actually. Yeah, that looks really cool. Pull that out. Now we're going to come up here to the chest. We're going to split open the chest. Now it only splits so far, and this was something I wasn't crazy about with the Kingdom mold, well, with the Kingdom release and overall this mold as well, is you just kind of like angle the head down. You don't really, it doesn't really like transform kind of all the way into the Scorpion mode, which is something that kind of bugs me about this toy. There we go. I pulled his leg off, and continues to bother me even still, as now that we've gotten another repaint of it. And then you just kind of collapse. You don't even close all the way. You kind of collapse the chest over it. But before we do all that, we got to untab the waist and extend it a little bit. And then we're going to rotate the legs over here to the side. And then this leg is going to come all the way up into the scorpion tail. This heel spur here is going to go through that hole. As soon as I get that lined up correctly, it'll go through that hole. There we go. And then you just kind of take the other leg, rotate that hip, rotate that down, collapse the other leg, and then the foot is going to sit right there. Which again, not the best transformation in the world, especially the underneath part of the scorpion just really does not look that great. Then you bring the scorpion legs out to the side, kind of get them all posed out, however you like. They're on ball joints. And then you flare out the arms, like so. And then there you have the head already sticking out, as it should be. And from the top down, he looks awesome. He looks really, he looks really, really great top down. From the sides, he even looks good. From the front, he looks pretty good. but from the bottom, not so great. That's my biggest problem with this mold is in Scorpion mode, from the bottom is not a very great view. It's not very pretty to look at. But from the top, I mean, yeah, awesome, solid figure. And that paint, the purple mandibles, the red eyes, yeah, that's a good look for him. So there you have it. There's all 4 guys of the Bugs and the Creature pack, the Creatures Collide 4-pack. There we all have them all in their bug modes, especially Gold Bug there. And yeah, this was a really awesome 4-pack. I'm pretty happy with this one. Another just awesome opportunity to get some cool characters, get some cool figures that I think we otherwise wouldn't. This is also the second one to do or second multi-pack to do a Beast Wars figure in its original toy colors, because in the Worlds Collide pack, we got Black Arachnia in her original toy colors, which that was pretty neat, and they even molded the original Black Arachnia head sculpt on there, which I thought was also very cool. So I really dig that. Getting a G1 Modern Gold Bug is really awesome, especially. Nice to see a re-release of this mold finally, because I know a lot of fans have been waiting on a re-release of this figure for a long time, and the value on this figure has not really calmed down much over the years, and I just feel for the collectors who have not been able to get a hold of that figure, because this is, for many people, the Bumblebee. So, I mean, as a consolation at least, I hope there's a lot of collectors who can get a hold of this 4-pack and get their Gold Bugs, because at least they'll have some semblance of their modern bug mode Bumblebee, and hopefully eventually Hasbro will re-release that mold for fans who still really need it. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this Buzzworthy Bumblebee 4-pack. I mean, you can see what all the buzz is about. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Stay tuned for more awesome Transformer reviews. Stay tuned for more Bay 12 reviews. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. And make sure you check out our Bay 12 Facebook page for our Bay 12 live sales that we do every so often, about once a month or so, for those awesome figures that we do. Sometimes we do Transformers and a lot of other stuff as well. So stay tuned for those. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and bug out.